Dear friends, today we have the newspaper of 17 July 2024. The first news is about the recent attack on Indian defense personnel. Four soldiers, policemen killed in Doda encounter. Friend, this is the area where the encounter take place, and why the intensity and the number of terror attack increase in Jammu and Kashmir, because as recently Indian government has decided to conduct election in Jammu and Kashmir. That's why Pakistan increased the infiltrations and number of attacks in Jammu and Kashmir. Now the modus of operandi of terror group has been changed. Their name has changed to the pseudonyms, but operational handlers are same old one. And the Pakistan is doing these terror activities because they want to create the environment of terror in the Jammu and Kashmir, so that people cannot vote in the upcoming state legislative elections. As in 2024 18th Lok Sabha election, the people of Jammu and Kashmir wholeheartedly participate in the election and give their mandate. But Pakistan do not want such kind of things, because if that happen, it hurt the narrative and interest of Pakistan. It gives the image that everything is normal in Jammu and Kashmir and it is integral part of India and leading to the path of progress under India. And not it like backlash the claim of Indian side of Jammu and Kashmir, but it also given hope to the people of Pak Occupy Kashmir that they can join India as any point of time. So as you understand that why the Pakistan is in panic mode, and they just giving direction to the terrorists to increase the infiltration in Jammu and Kashmir. Our defense personnel and security force are working closely to counter this narrative and to kill every terrorist and to safeguard our mother nation. Now move on to the second news. It is about our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. During distribution halwa at North Block on Tuesday, the halwa ceremony marked the final stage of budget preparation. The minister is scheduled to present union budget on July 23. And move on to the next news, that is about the Karnataka. Karnataka bill mandate 50% quota for locals in management positions. Controversial IS probationary Pooja Khedkar recalled to Masuri Academy. Haryana government raises creamy layer ceiling of OBCs, introduce new quota form. Yogi Adityanath, the CM of Uttar Pradesh, allies raising fears of families living in Mark House on Kukrail floodplains. 6 killed as heavy rain continue to lease in Kerala. As monsoon arises, and due to monsoon heavy rain and improper arrangement to tackle with the floods like situations, the outcome is like the 6 people killed as heavy rain continue to lease in Kerala. And we will hear similar kind of news from different state of northeast of like Uttar Pradesh and all. But we need to take precautionary measure to avoid such kind of death, and we can do so by strengthening our national disaster response, national NDRF teams, state DRF teams, and even awareing the peoples and making the infrastructure that cope with the rain, flood, and drought like situations. Second news is about 1.5 TMC FT of Kaveri water reached TN Delhi Sivsankar. As water dispute is an old issue between the states, and Kaveri water dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu is roaring up in recent time. because water is an integral part for everyone, and recently the summer pass on, there is a heavy need of waters for irrigation, for the civilians and for many other developmental projects. So water sharing is a crucial issue, and in recent time it is increasing. We see in the water scarcity case in Delhi, we see there is a issue between the Punjab and Haryana on water sharing. To way forward this concept, all the government work together, state government and central government should give directions to resolve these issues as soon as possible, because these issue delay in the decision taking and day to day activities of state. Himachal CM meet PM 6 Central Aid for Green Transformations. Centralized examinations have not aced the test. This editorial talk about the NTA and the recent NEET scam, that the agency NTA is formed to conduct the centralized examination is not working very well, and raise question on the credibility of NTA. Second editorial talk about heat wave or evaporating the right to play of children, that increasing heat wave in India and climate change, due to that the children are spending less time outdoor activity, and that is case of concern to the children, because right to play is the right of children. Surprise accelerations. Erratic rain make the goals of curbing inflation more challenging. In this editorial, it talk about that the food inflation that is continuously rising from past 3 months is still rising, and the situation is being worsened by the erratic rain, because due to this the supply chain will impact the market, and the production of vegetable, crop and fruit will impact, and that's how the impact on the consumers will be bear by consumers in last. And that's all from this editorial. National spirit. Euro and Copa kindled nationalist sentiment across Europe and America. This talk about the football tournament of Europe, and how they gather the national spirit and the emotion regarding the football. Trying juvenile as adult is not the answer. This editorial and this news or the opinion give light about the loophole and the advantage taken by criminals or alleged criminals of laws to safeguard them. It talk about the Pune case, in which the alleged criminal or involved the child who are primarily responsible for killing 2 persons by their car is treated as juvenile and under Juvenile Act. So we need to reform our laws as soon as possible, and as giving them smooth as we can, accessible by common man. This news is talk about the problem with the billionaire consumptions. It talk about the billionaire should work in the field of expenditure to the economy, so that the people and the labor class get maximum benefit. If they not invest their wealth, it is not very good and it not ethically right. As in the case of Akash Ambani wedding, there is a estimate of 5,000 crore their personal expense. That should be more toward the investment in the capital, and like the actions taken by Ratan Tata are very well pleasing, and state that how a capitalist, how a wealthy person should be. And there is a quotation regarding that. The primary goal of wealth is to serve to the people, serve to the society, not to the ourselves, not to in marriage or function. This talk about the book to be developed in Indian language under UGC. 22,000 books will be developed in Indian language. It boosts the Indian literature, Indian people, and in interest, given exposure to the Indian student about the across about the other culture and their values. Rise in the domestic air passenger traffic in the month of June, 5.67 in percentage. It shows that India's are adopting airway as an mode of transportation, and it is a good news that people are now aware about the mode of transportation of air, which is very effective and time saving. And it also indicates that people have increasing their earning in the field of air transportation. It gives a boost to the Indian domestic airlines. Third, amount released for India to UN for Palestine refugee, 2.5 in millions, that the amount India released for Palestine refugees. Share of PM care application of COVID orphan rejected. As we know that the child that lost their parents in COVID-19 pandemic and no one for their bread and butter, government announced PM care fund applications for them to take whole responsibility. But in this whole responsibility, 51% of application has been rejected. It is a matter of debate how they rejected and what is the way forward to them, what is the anomaly in this in application process, and what is the government next step to bear the responsibility of that pending one, because no one left behind for the development, for the protections of their vulnerable or their orphans. It is the state responsibility. Number of children not receive vaccine in India 2023 in India, 16 in lakh. India had not second highest number of children who did not receive any vaccine in 2023, preceded by Nigeria, where 21 lakh children were vaccinated in the same year. This news means that if the vaccination not developed, there is a chance of having circulation of disease in India, which can worsen our defense, which can worsen our budget, because India's health and care infrastructure is not up to the mark or to cope with the recent challenges of COVID-19 pandemic and all. So we need to more focus to the vaccination, because it work on the principle of prevention is better than cure, and we are not in the position to afford the health and care facilities of 1.4 billion people. This news is talk about as thought become digitized, who will protect our neural right. In the recent time, we see that everyone is online, every data thought is online. Artificial intelligence is becoming more and more active and more live and interactive as a human, and the data is stored, even though they just take footprint of our mind and our neurons. So it's high time to talk about the neural right of individual, like the Neuralink concept and the Neuralink concept of converting of mind into the digital data is a valuable as well as beneficial opportunity, as well as a chance of misuse. So we need to focus on that, and as soon as making law in this. This is again same news that Kaveri wrote, TN parties resolved to get state shares. India should send more relief and aid to Palestine, say JDU leader KC Tyagi. Jammu Kashmir DGP pursuing communal agenda, alleges Mehbooba. 5 killed as bus with pilgrimage hit tractor at midnight on Mumbai-Pune expressway. EC offer multiple choices to candidates to recheck voting in recent held polls. With 2 new judges, Supreme Court back to its full judicial strength. Justice K. Koteswar Singh is the first judge in the top court from Manipur. Justice R. Madhavan, who belongs to a backward community from Tamil Nadu, will bring diversity to the bench, collegium says. Since 2021, Jammu account for 14% of killing of security personnel in Jammu and Kashmir. Center call for all party meeting on July 21. Darjeeling train crash investigation point to lapses at multiple levels. Chief Commissioner of Railway Safety says it was an accident in waiting and point to critical safety failures. He added signal failure in automatic signalizing territory was a case of concern and must be taken up with the research team manufacturers. As we know that the accident about Darjeeling train in which many people of India lost their life, and that accident could be prevented if the system of railway work well and proper audit done on time. Now it is talking about the less availability of infrastructure, less communication communication among railway loco pilots and training issues. I hope that after a period of time the railway authority work on that and government focus on this and this kind of event not repeat in future. Chauhan asked scientists to visit fields, help farmer to deploy technology. As of now, we know that friends that the farmer is not very much literate and not technically equipped with modern technology. So our Honorable Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan asked the ICAR scientists to work in coordination with the farmers and to equip them with the modern technology and their initiative, the maximum benefit of the initiative of government to the farmers. This is news about the technology and electric vehicle and battery that recently 1,151 crore investments can help India in battery tech race. It boosts India's electric vehicle productions and battery dependency over other countries. We can make our own battery, and it is the price of EVs. Not only EVs, but where there lithium-ion battery required, it reduces the price of tech product also. Food price anxiety may ease as farmer area sown increase. In this news, it talk about that the farmer, the price food inflation in India will be eased to some extent because the net area sown or the area sown increase in recent time and the smart jump in rice, pulse and oilseed are increased. NCLT put byju's on IBC met on BCC plea. Recently, due to financially tight condition of byju's, they are unable to pay the whole amount that they committed to the BCCI, and that's why the NCLT come into the picture to make a balanced deal between two parties. June textile apparel export rose 1.6%. Telecom sectors awaits next frontiers in communications via policy reform. Ukraine-Russia war. Russia give cautious reaction to the Zelensky's new summit offer. Wales First Minister Vagwan Gathings resigned after 4 months. 4 Pakistani among 6 killed in shooting near Oman Shia Mosque. Rwanda's incumbent Kangma wins for Trump with 99% of vote. Trump get a heroic welcome at party meet as he survived the assassinated one attempt of assassinations, and that's why the party workers are enthusiastic to support Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. Usha Vance, spouse of Trump's running mate, has India's route. Gaza civilian toll is unacceptably high, Blinken tell Israel. North Korean diplomat in Cuba defect to the South Korea. That's from my side, friends. See you soon. Jai Hind.